Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the life you dream about is already waiting for you? What if I told you that the distance between where you are today and where you want to be is not determined by luck, talent, connections, or circumstances, but by the decisions you make when nobody is watching? Think about that for a moment. Right now, sitting in this room, there are people carrying dreams so powerful they could change families, communities, industries, and even generations. There are future leaders, entrepreneurs, creators, innovators, and change makers among us. Yet many people will leave those dreams locked away, not because they lack ability, but because they never fully unleash the potential that already exists within them. The greatest tragedy in life is not failure. The greatest tragedy is reaching the end of your journey and realizing you never truly discovered what you were capable of becoming. Every single person here has experienced moments of doubt, moments when the goal felt too big, moments when the obstacles looked impossible, moments when fear whispered, maybe you're not good enough. But I want you to understand something today. Your potential does not disappear because you doubt it. Your greatness does not vanish because you cannot see it. Your future is not defined by your current circumstances. Potential is like a seed. Before it becomes a tree, it looks small. Before it produces fruit, it looks insignificant. Before it provides shade, protection, and strength, it is hidden beneath the surface. Many people judge themselves by what they see today, but potential should never be measured by where you are. It should be measured by what you can become. The problem is that too many people spend their lives waiting for confidence, waiting for opportunity, waiting for support, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for someone else to believe in them. Ladies and gentlemen, the perfect moment does not exist. The perfect moment is the moment you decide to start. Some people spend years planning and never take action. Others take action and learn along the way. The difference between dreamers and achievers is not intelligence. It is execution. It is movement. It is commitment. The truth is that your future will not be built by your intentions. It will be built by your actions. Every successful person you admire started somewhere, not at the top, not with all the answers, not with unlimited resources. They started with a vision, a belief, a decision, and then they worked day after day, week after week, year after year. They understood something that many people never learn. Success is not created in one dramatic moment. It is created in thousands of ordinary moments. The moments when you choose discipline over excuses. The moments when you choose growth over comfort. The moments when you choose action over fear. Those moments shape your destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest barriers standing between people and their goals is the belief that someone else is responsible for their future. They blame circumstances. They blame their environment. They blame their past. They blame the economy. They blame other people. Now let's be honest. Life is not always fair. Some people start ahead. Some people face challenges that others never experience. Some people carry burdens that are invisible to everyone around them. But regardless of where you start, you still have a choice. You can allow your circumstances to define you, or you can decide to define yourself. You can become a victim of your story, or you can become the author of your story. The moment you take responsibility for your future is the moment your power returns. Because when you stop blaming, you start building. When you stop complaining, you start creating. When you stop waiting, you start winning. That is where transformation begins. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about goals. Goals are not just destinations. Goals are tools of transformation. Most people think achieving a goal is the reward, but the real reward is who you become while pursuing it. A goal forces you to grow. A goal forces you to develop skills. A goal forces you to become stronger. A goal forces you to become disciplined. A goal forces you to become resilient. The person who achieves the goal is never the same person who started the journey. That is why goals matter. They don't just change your circumstances, they change your character. And character is the foundation of lasting success. Think about the strongest people you know. Think about the most inspiring people you admire. They did not become strong because life was easy. They became strong because they kept moving forward when life became difficult. Strength is developed through resistance. Confidence is developed through action. Wisdom is developed through experience. Growth is developed through challenge. If you avoid challenges, you avoid growth. If you avoid discomfort, you avoid transformation. The road to greatness is not comfortable. It was never meant to be. Greatness requires sacrifice. Greatness requires patience. Greatness requires persistence. Greatness requires courage. And most importantly, greatness requires consistency. Ladies and gentlemen, motivation is powerful, But motivation is temporary. Some days you will feel inspired. Some days you will feel unstoppable. Some days you will wake up energized and ready to conquer the world. But there will also be days when you don't feel like doing the work. Days when progress seems invisible. Days when setbacks hit harder than expected. Days when quitting looks easier than continuing. What do you do then? That is where discipline takes over. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is keeping your promises to yourself. Discipline is showing up when nobody is cheering. Discipline is staying committed when the excitement fades. And discipline is one of the most powerful forces in the world. Because while motivation comes and goes, discipline keeps moving. Discipline keeps building. Discipline keeps growing. Discipline keeps winning. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not necessarily the most talented. Often they are simply the most consistent. They understand that small actions repeated daily create extraordinary outcomes. One workout doesn't transform your body. One book doesn't transform your mind. One business decision doesn't create an empire. One day doesn't create a legacy. But daily commitment over time creates remarkable results. Success is not about intensity. It is about consistency. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about failure. Many people never unleash their potential because they are afraid to fail. They see failure as evidence that they are not capable, but failure is not evidence of inability. Failure is evidence of effort. Failure means you tried. Failure means you took a risk. Failure means you stepped outside your comfort zone. Every successful person has failed. Every entrepreneur, every athlete, every artist, every leader, every innovator. The difference is that successful people do not allow failure to become their identity. They allow failure to become their teacher. When they fall, they learn. When they lose, they adapt. When they struggle, they grow. And then they continue moving forward. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Some of life's greatest lessons arrive disguised as setbacks. Sometimes the closed door protects you from the wrong path. Sometimes rejection redirects you toward a better opportunity. Sometimes adversity develops strengths you never knew existed. Do not fear failure. Fear remaining in the same place because you were too afraid to try. Ladies and gentlemen, another key to unleashing your potential is vision. You must know where you are going. Without vision, people drift. Without vision, people become distracted. Without vision, people settle for less than they deserve. Vision gives purpose to effort. Vision gives meaning to sacrifice. Vision gives direction to action. Your vision should be bigger than your fears, bigger than your doubts, bigger than your obstacles, bigger than your current reality. Because when your vision is powerful enough, it pulls you forward even when challenges try to push you backward. Imagine the future you want. See it clearly. Feel it deeply. Believe in it completely. Then commit yourself to becoming the person capable of creating it. The future belongs to people who are willing to see possibilities before they become reality. Ladies and gentlemen, there is another truth that many people overlook. Your environment matters. The people around you influence your thinking. The conversations you engage in influence your mindset. The content you consume influences your perspective. The habits you tolerate influence your future. Take a moment and evaluate your environment. Are the people around you encouraging growth? Are they challenging you to become better? Are they supporting your goals, or are they pulling you away from your purpose? You cannot spend every day surrounded by negativity and expect positivity to flourish. You cannot feed your mind doubt and expect confidence to grow. Protect your vision, protect your energy, protect your focus. Build an environment that supports your growth. Surround yourself with people who inspire excellence. Surround yourself with people who challenge mediocrity. Surround yourself with people who remind you of what is possible, because greatness grows faster in the right environment. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about patience. We live in a world obsessed with instant results. People want success overnight. They want recognition overnight. They want wealth overnight. They want transformation overnight. But meaningful success rarely happens overnight. The strongest buildings take time to construct. The greatest careers take time to build. The most successful businesses take time to develop. The most inspiring lives take time to create. Patience is not weakness. Patience is strength under control. Patience is trusting the process while continuing the work. Patience is understanding that seeds need time before they become harvests. Many people quit because they don't see immediate results. But what if success was just around the corner? What if the breakthrough was closer than you thought? What if one more month, one more week, one more effort could change everything? Never underestimate the power of persistence. Persistence turns obstacles into stepping stones. Persistence turns dreams into reality. Persistence transforms ordinary people into extraordinary examples. Ladies and gentlemen, your journey is unique. Do not waste your life comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Comparison steals joy. Comparison creates insecurity. Comparison distracts you from your own growth. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. Compete with your previous self. Measure your progress against your own potential. Your path is your path. Your story is your story. Your purpose is your purpose, and nobody else can fulfill it for you. The world does not need another copy of someone else. The world needs the best version of you. Ladies and gentlemen, as you pursue your goals, remember that success is not only about what you achieve, it is also about what you contribute. Real success creates impact. Real success creates opportunities for others. Real success leaves something valuable behind. The most fulfilled people are often those who use their gifts to serve others. When your success becomes bigger than yourself, your purpose becomes stronger. When your vision includes helping others rise, your influence expands. When your growth creates opportunities for others, your legacy begins. Legacy is not built through possessions. Legacy is built through impact. People may forget what you owned. People may forget what you earned, but they will remember how you made them feel. They will remember the opportunities you created. They will remember the lives you touched. They will remember the example you set. That is true success. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want you to make a decision. A decision that your dreams are worth pursuing. A decision that your potential deserves to be developed. A decision that your future will not be dictated by fear. A decision that your setbacks will not define you. A decision that your goals are worth the sacrifice. A decision that your vision is worth the work. A decision that your purpose is worth protecting. Because everything changes when a person truly commits. The moment commitment becomes real, excuses lose their power. The moment commitment becomes real, fear loses its control. The moment commitment becomes real, possibilities begin to expand. The moment commitment becomes real, transformation begins. You already possess more strength than you realize. You already possess more resilience than you know. You already possess more potential than you have discovered. The question is not whether you have potential. The question is whether you are willing to unleash it. Will you take the first step? Will you continue when things become difficult? Will you stay focused when distractions appear? Will you remain committed when progress feels slow? Will you keep going when others stop? Because that is where greatness lives. Greatness lives beyond comfort. Greatness lives beyond fear. Greatness lives beyond excuses. Greatness lives beyond average. And greatness is available to every person willing to earn it. Ladies and gentlemen, years from now, I hope you remember this message, not because of the words, but because of the decision you make after hearing them. A decision to dream bigger, a decision to work harder, a decision to believe deeper, a decision to rise higher, a decision to become everything you were created to become. Your goals are waiting. Your future is waiting. Your opportunity is waiting. Your next chapter is waiting. Do not spend another day underestimating yourself. Do not spend another day shrinking your dreams. Do not spend another day living below your potential. Stand up, take ownership. Take action, stay disciplined, stay focused, stay hungry for growth, and keep moving forward. One day, the sacrifices will make sense. One day, the struggles will become lessons. One day, the effort will become achievement. One day, the vision will become reality. And when that day arrives, you will look back and realize something powerful. The greatest breakthrough was never the goal itself. The greatest breakthrough was becoming the person capable of achieving it. Ladies and gentlemen, your potential is limitless when combined with faith, discipline, persistence, and action. Your future is brighter than your current circumstances. Your dreams are larger than your fears. Your purpose is greater than your obstacles. And your journey is far from over. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. The next level of your life is waiting for your decision. So rise with courage. Move with purpose. Work with discipline. Lead with integrity. Serve with humility. And chase your goals with everything you have, because the life you want is not found in wishing, it is found in becoming. Thank you.